because the secret to being a bodybuilder is barely any calories, you just spam it. Let's see the receipt. Welcome back to the channel, this is the Anomaly. I'm gonna do a quick grocery haul. I just want to show you this hoodie before we go in. It's from Young LA, code Anomaly for 15% off. I'm gonna take it off because it's too warm for me.
How are you taking off a hoodie? It's cold. It's like 17 degrees today, bro.
But you have low test. I'm gonna show you guys what I eat. So proteins, fats, carbs, everything you need to be a bodybuilder. It's just stuck. That's why I couldn't take it. Yeah. Sometimes you need to use brute force to get what you want. Okay, we're gonna start off with some eggs. I'm gonna get the big one. And I also need egg whites. 4 of these. I haven't had bananas for a while, so I'm just gonna grab, okay, I'll get these. I'll get 2. So I got this pineapple. I would rather have this just because it saves me more time, you know, so I'm gonna pay a bit more. But at the same time, it's the same thing, you know, it's just ready for me to eat. So I'll put this back and I'll get 2 of these because I love pineapple. It's very good for digestion as well. I like to have carrots sometimes instead of spinach or any vegetable that I have on the diet. If I have 100 grams of spinach, I'll just take 100 grams of carrots instead. These I would love to get. I actually like these hummus chips, sour cream and chive flavor. But I don't usually have snacks. I just follow my diet. You know, if I have 5,000 calories on the diet and my coach specifically gives me 5 meals to hit that target and he gives me all the food, I'm not gonna indulge in this shit. I would rather stick to my diet because it's just temporary satisfaction, you know. Like you're not really gonna get big eating chips, realistically. Unless it's like you cut potatoes in thin slices and you put them in the air fry. You know, those are good anabolic chips. Okay, potatoes. They taste really good and I don't like to have rice all the time. So I have meals with potatoes and meals with rice. Mushrooms, I love mushrooms. I like to mix it with my carrots. I like to have some Diet Coke and Sprite. Helps me down my chicken when I'm not in the mood to eat. Okay, so this is a minute steak. I think I'm gonna get 1 of these. It's lean beef. When there's not a lot of marbling, it means it's low in fat, which is what you need when you're trying to bodybuild. As many clean calories as possible and protein. Obviously, if you're gonna try to get big, you'd always try to have some ribeye in your diet. Tastes amazing. High in protein, high in fats, good fats. It's around 600 grams, so that's 2 meals for me. I usually buy my meats from a butcher because I save money. Like I have a local butcher where he gives me a bunch of meat in one go and he gives me a good price for it. But since we're here, this looks good. This is rump steak and we also need chicken, which is over here. I like buying the ones that are cut up and ready for me because again, time is valuable and I don't like wasting time cutting up shit, especially when I'm frustrated and everything's pissing me the fuck off. I need everything fast, you know, you need to learn how to be fast when you're trying to bodybuild. So as much as possible, I know you're gonna spend a bit more, you know, it depends on your situation, but I would prefer having everything cut up and ready for me, even with the pineapple. So, because I just need to cook this and eat it, or I just need to cut this up and eat it, it's done. There's no extra time wasted on bullshit. And now I also need honey, let's go get some honey. So this is €9 for like a kilo. Spending more on organic chestnut honey isn't worth it for me. I'll just get the cheap one. I actually need like some nut butter. I'll just get peanut again. I'll get a small one. You know what I also love? Sometimes when I'm tired of cream of rice or just normal rice or potatoes, I like getting these like rice sticks. They're like noodles, you know. They taste good, especially with like some tomato sauce. And what I like to get also, this is very expensive. I don't get this every time. This is €30 for a kilo of smoked salmon. So this is one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite protein source, because it's very easy to prepare. You just take it out and eat it. I'm not gonna eat that for every meal. It's just whenever I'm tired of beef, I like to switch it out. I alternate with salmon, and that can be normal salmon or just smoked. Soy sauce light. So this has barely any calories. You just spam it on your meals.
Why did you do that when you said spam?
What do you mean? Like this?
Yeah, why, bro?
Because you shoot out the soy sauce. No, sriracha. This is 21 grams of carbs per 100. So putting it on a few meals, it's not gonna affect me. It's gonna help me down my meals. So I love that. I'm gonna get tomato sauce. This is a staple in my diet. It's not a part of it, but it helps me down my meals because bodybuilding is boring and repetitive and it drives me crazy. But I love getting big.
I mean, it's all right. Like, that's typically how the bullshit goes. You feel me?
It's normal, it gets repetitive and tiring. To help yourselves out, try getting some tomato sauce, or I like downing it with Diet Sprite or Coke. What I do is I chew it up really hard in my mouth, and then once it's mushy inside and there's no pieces, I just get a cup with Sprite, drink, mix it. It will go down so quick you won't even realize you had chicken. Last thing is water. You need to stay hydrated. Helps your food go down, helps with your pumps. No one realizes how important it actually is. If you don't drink enough water, you're gonna get dehydrated, and when you're dehydrated you have a very high risk of injury. So as much as possible, try to keep the water intake high. I drink around 6 to 8 liters a day when I can. It's the same with sleep. Ideally you sleep like 6 to 8 hours. You're not always gonna be able to sleep that amount. Just get whatever you can. Before I forget, just some bread, and I also have some pasta at home, so I'm not gonna get pasta. But you don't always need to eat the same. As much as possible, you need to keep your diet tolerable, and you do that by changing things up. So having multiple sources of food in your diet. That's a lot of fucking food. So that's like 2 weeks worth of food, if you guys were wondering. And how much this all costs, I want you guys to guess in the comments before I tell you. So comment down below what you think all of this costs. The one that's closest, I'll pin it. No cheating. So the amount is 170 euro and 64 cents. I spend around 400 on just groceries a month. I buy most of my meat from a butcher because I save money that way. I spend around another 500, 600 on just beef and chicken. And salmon, you know, it depends, sometimes it goes up to 7. So I think approximately I am spending around 1,200 a month on just food. But sometimes I don't mind spending a bit more, just so it's easier on me mentally, you know, because doing this every day gets tiring, and this is the reality of being a bodybuilder. There's no shortcuts. You just need to find ways to kind of make it easier on yourself if you're gonna do this every single day. Because the secret to being a bodybuilder is to find what works for you, the foods that agree with you, the foods that you like. You're gonna eat the same stuff every single day, but wherever you can, like the sriracha, the smoked salmon, the tomato sauce. Those are all things that help me get my food down. They're not in my diet, they're extra. If you just buy chicken, rice, beef, and potatoes, and some veggies and some fruit, you're gonna go a long way. You don't need much to grow. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I'm wearing the new Revenge pants from the Anomaly drop. It says Anomaly from one angle, and it says Revenge from the other angle, so that's fucking crazy. If you guys are interested, it's live right now. You can use code Anomaly for a 15% off discount. You'll be supporting me, and you'll be giving me commission, which is how I'm able to afford all of this. So thank you for funding the gains. We're gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye bye.